This is the journey to one Africa. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to SNOA, and this is Mika Chavala. Let's get right into it. So today I have good news, guys. I have two different good news. Today morning we release a video, an open letter that we wrote to Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, and President Felix from Congo. By the way, I'm not mentioning the second name because, you know, it's kind of difficult to mention the second name. I don't want to mispronounce it, the name of His Excellence. You know what I'm saying? So President Felix, well, that letter we actually wrote, 2 days ago. And also right away after we wrote, you know, I shared on my social media and everywhere. And the main purpose of that letter, it is for us as Africans, to us leaders of these two different great nations, to actually put everything aside and to sit down for dialogue. So we stated very clearly in that letter that we are tired of choosing a side. We're tired of picking a side. And we know the agenda of Western media, Westerners, is to divide and rule. And we cannot let that afford. We cannot let them win over us. As we have seen, United States and France already step outside to accuse Rwanda. And I came here with multiple videos talking the same thing over and over and over again, that guys, the enemies of Congo are not Rwanda. Rwandese are not the enemy of Congo. There's something else, there's something fishy that is going on behind the scene. There's something else that we do not see. The thing is, if you see United States pointing fingers at somebody, then don't focus on where they're pointing at. Focus on where they're not pointing at. You know what I'm saying? Because they will never point at themselves, but they'll point somewhere. But at the same time, when you point your finger to someone else, these three fingers are pointing back at you. So it's easy that Africans just don't follow this propaganda that United States constantly are saying. You know what I'm saying? You just need to follow the opposite to that. You can actually see the patterns. You can see, you know, Congo kicking away Monusco, you know, start leaving the country, things accelerated in another level. And then you can see, you know, France coming up, you know, United States coming up and condemning Rwanda. What do you see? These things are clear. Minding you guys, I'm not saying that, you know, somebody's not involved, but what I'm saying is we cannot let somebody else point fingers at us, then us as Africans celebrate or accuse one another. No, let's deal with family matters in the family level. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're in a family and then your dad and mom, or something is wrong in your family, usually, if you're not a member of the family, they'll kick you out and they'll be like, this is family matter. Let us handle this. They'll lock the door and try to handle that. Or if dad and mom are fighting, they'll lock the door and dad and mom will be inside handling things because this is family matter. You cannot invite outsiders. You cannot invite Westerners to solve our family matters. You know, as much as I don't like, you know, war, I don't like army, I don't like, you know, all this war to continue, but I still, you know, I still congratulate the president of Congo because he kicked away Monusco, but also he went to SADC. This is African troops and called them to come to help them, even though civilians have died. But that is the nice move, more than going to France or United States or somebody else to call them for help. No, we got to find our own people and we got to solve this family issue in a family level. You know what I'm saying? We cannot put out there. We cannot give content to other people. We must deal it with ourselves inside. So we wrote that letter and we shared. I don't know how many of you guys shared, but let me know. If you shared that letter, please let me know in the comment section because we had to tag them everywhere. Those were 2 days ago, guys. We wrote a letter asking, begging them that we are pleading with you guys. Please sit down and talk. War is not necessary. The people who are being affected are women, children, and soldiers. We say that, and soldiers and young Africans are the ones that are affected. We're taking their future away from them. We're taking their beautiful life away from them. These kids, they were attending school. Now they need to leave to find life somewhere else. Man, we cannot do this. We cannot afford to do this. As leaders, as statesmen of the countries, please stand down and talk and have dialogue. Guess what? Guess what, guys? 2 days later today, we're seeing a news that the president of Congo, Felix, he has accepted to sit down with the president of Rwanda for a dialogue. Because everybody actually was asking for this. Everybody was like, you guys just resolve. Only not Congolese people. Congolese people, they don't want anything to do with Rwanda, with Kagame. They don't want anything to do with it. They say, no, we don't want to talk. We just want to go on a war. And the president of Congo, he has spent several months going around Congo and talking about the war. Threatening basically that this is what is going to happen. And that's why you have president of Rwanda as well stepping out and be like, hey, we've always been fighting alone. This is not going to be the first time. You better be prepared. He's telling his own people. So everybody was actually telling their own people, preparing them for war. How can you prepare people for another war? Like you already have one war and there's another war. And that war has been going on for over three decades. And you want another war on top of that with another nation. Come on, man. We cannot even handle the war in our own countries and want to fight with another country, with our fellow Africans. We cannot let that happen. So thank God that the president of Congo, he has agreed to sit down with the president of Rwanda. So now we don't know the details. We don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know because, you know, parliament is being involved and this and people from here and there, they're involved. We don't know how it's going to happen. We don't know when. We don't know where it's going to happen. But one thing for sure, we know that the doors for dialogues has already been opened. Come on, somebody celebrate. Celebrate that. Who tells me that what we do does not affect the decision of the people? I'm telling you, I can tell you the truth. This letter, it reached out to them. This letter, they saw it. I tagged them on under their names everywhere I shared for them to see. So congratulations to SNOA for taking initiative because this is what we wanted. We want dialogue. We don't want to call another SADC troops to come to fight our people. No, soldiers are going to die. Innocent civilians are going to die. We don't want to call, you know, East African community troops. We don't want to call anything. No. No option for war. We can put this to the rest. And we all know the demands of one side and another side. We know. Yeah, so this is one of the very good news of today. We're waking up and this is the news we see, man. So kudos to Rwanda, kudos to Congo, kudos to President Felix for agreeing to sit down because I believe, man, the solution begins when two people sit down in the room. You know, if you're somewhere else, it's like you guys, you know, those who are talking in the comment section and cursing and doing all this stuff. Man, it's because we are not seeing each other face to face. But most of the time when I do live stream, I invite you guys to come on the live stream to talk to me. But most of you, if we meet and we sit down, we talk, you might not even be able to say what you say because of proximity, man. That proximity is too far between me and you. But if we're here, like next to one another, we're looking at each other, we talk to one another, I'm telling you, man, you're not going to do the same thing you do right now. You know what I'm saying? So this is one of the good news. Another second good news, man. I got to share with this. The second good news is that Monusco, United Nations peacebreakers, finally, man, have announced that they're leaving. I know, man, they started to leave already, but now they are actually leaving. Like they are actually leaving with their tanks and everything. They're actually leaving. They're leaving the place. That is the good news, man. That is the good news because now a lot of lives, a lot of people who were killed by this, you know, task force, right now, they are going to be alive. Just being there, a lot of hundreds of people are being killed by them, but now they're alive and well, and they're going to be alive because these United Nations peacebreakers are leaving. They are peacebreakers, guys. Call the way it is. They're leaving, and this is good, and this is a nice move, and this is wonderful, man. In a single day, we have two great news happening. Africa, finally something good is happening. I know I might come here back to talk about something negative again, but man, let's celebrate these small winnings. All right, let's celebrate. And by the way, this is not small winning. If, man, just a couple days ago, we're thinking about the war between Rwanda and Congo, now they decide to sit down and to talk things out like leaders, like the one we voted for, like the way we want it to happen. Come on, man. That is something to celebrate. So, way forward, I just hope that this conversation will be productive, and I hope it'll happen as soon as possible. And I hope these leaders will come together, resolve their personal issues, and stand together as two great leaders of two great nations and resolve these things. I believe that most of these things, man, is diplomatic things. Really. It's political things, man. It can easily be solved by dialogues and just by deciding. If there are people who wants to who they wants to have, you know, citizenship, give them citizenship. If there are people that they need to be prosecuted for the bad things they've done, give them to be prosecuted for what they've done. It's as simple as that. But both two countries should agree on this because all these terrorist attackers, man, today they can attack you, tomorrow they're going to attack another country. We have seen Al-Shabaab when they attacked, you know, Kenya and Uganda. So we cannot sit down and be like, oh, this is your own problem. If we're not dealing with it tomorrow, that problem is going to be in the gates of Burundi or Tanzania. So we cannot let them just continue to survive like this. We need to eradicate them, but we can only do that by all African countries to come together as one people and fight these bastards with everything we got. Come on, guys. So this is the good news. If the president of Rwanda and president of Congo are going to sit down, so the people of Congo, people of Rwanda, let the anger go. I know we have lost so much. I know you've lost so much, especially the people from Congo. But now is the time for dialogue. And I believe this peace can be attained without war, without people being killed, without guns. We can attain this peace by conversation. So let the process begin. And we as a people, we as Africans, we wish all the best. We pray for you, that the peace shall come again in Congo. After 3 decades, they shall live in peace and harmony with one another, and they shall enjoy the minerals, the resources, the richness, and the worth of the nation. Come on, hooray Africa! And this is what we need. Hooray Congo, hooray Rwanda, and this is what we need. Stand up Africa, wake up Africa. Don't let anybody step over you. Stand with everything you got, because unity is power and division leads to weakness. And Africans, we might not know the true meaning of power because we're not united. But now it is the time to redefine the power. And that is one Africa in our generation. Sign the petition down in the comment section. It's going to be amazing, guys. One Africa is right here. And me and you, we're going to make it happen. I'll see you very soon. Hey, guys, as you're watching this video, our vision is to reach 500,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. Join membership to support our channel. Join Patreon and PayPal. All the links are in the description. Do that to stand with us for this beautiful cause of One Africa right now. We do not forget to sign up for the petition. The link is down below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.